morning, guys. Welcome to the channel. I'm here today at Chevy 112. I'm here with my guy Oscar. Oscar, go ahead, introduce yourself, let them know what you do here.
Hey guys, I'm happy to be here again. My name is Oscar Guerra. I'm the general manager here at Chevrolet 112 in Medford. We're your local Chevrolet dealership, and I'm happy to team up with my man John here from JMC and his channel.
All right, guys, we're doing a review on a 2019 Chevy Colorado ZR2. I'm very excited to do the review on this truck because this is probably one of the very few mid-sized trucks that are actually off-road capable, lockers and all that. We'll go ahead and get into all that. The color on this vehicle is a Cajun red tint coat, black leather on the interior. Let's go ahead and get started with this review. I absolutely love the front end of this truck. Let's just start with the bumper. The bumper has like a pre-runner type of bumper on the front, exposes the entire front of the tires. Let me kind of just get a little bit lower so you can see what I'm talking about. This is obviously going to give you a much better approach angle when you're going to try and climb on any kind of obstacles. Over here in the front, you have two recovery hooks that you could easily use to either get yourself pulled out or pull out another vehicle that may be stuck on the side of the road, off-roading, whatever the case might be. Also have skid plates. You actually have real skid plates, not plastic. These are thick metal skid plates that you have underneath to kind of protect any of the important parts underneath the vehicle. And in fact, you know what? Let me kind of zoom in. You can actually see the thickness. This is not a thin skid plate. This is not just here for show. This is a true skid plate. All right, guys, right away, as soon as anybody sees the front of the vehicle, the first thing you'll notice is the nice, aggressive, wide stance that this thing has. Check out the cutouts on the bumper on each corner, just so that it could help expose the tire. So this way, if you're climbing over an obstacle, that kind of thing, it gives you a better approach angle. Not to mention, the coolest part that I like, well, one of the cool things that I like is, look at the thickness of this skid plate right here. You see this? That skid plate goes down all the way underneath, and it's actually thick metal, not plastic. This is not for show. This is actually a skid plate that you can use. In the middle, you have a nice gloss black grille. The hood on this vehicle also has a nice aggressive looking hood. Check out that center scoop in the middle. Projector style headlights on the front. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the meats on this truck. This thing has 265 17s with Wrangler Duratrax wrapped around a 17-inch gloss black aluminum wheel. I gotta say, I'm definitely a fan of the all black wheels like this. Now, one of the coolest things on this vehicle is the shocks that it has. It has the Multimatic shocks. I'm gonna kind of just zoom in a little bit, give you guys a better look at them. The DSSV Multimatic shocks. Now, the cool thing with these shocks, very similar to the way the Raptor shocks are, these shocks will go ahead and absorb all the bumps, and you can actually do high-speed off-roading in this kind of a vehicle. The way I kind of look at this vehicle is, it kind of reminds you of like a mid-size, smaller version of a Ford Raptor, pretty much. And in this market right now, I can't think of any other mid-sized truck that kind of competes with the Raptor in that sense. I mean, you have the off-roading type shocks, you could do high-speed off-road, and the most important thing, if you've ever been off-road and you have had front and rear locking differentials like I have on my Rubicon that's over here, you'll know that that is like make or break when you're off-road. That's the one feature that really helps you climb out of any kind of obstacles. I've been in many situations where I'm with other vehicles that have front and rear lockers, and either they don't use them or they don't have them, and they go over the same kind of obstacles and they struggle. They struggle a lot to kind of get through those obstacles. That's why the front and rear locking diffs, if you've never used them off-road, trust me, that's a really big feature. Not too many vehicles actually come with a front and rear locking differential. Even on the Jeeps, you have to buy a Rubicon if you want the front and rear locking diffs. This vehicle would actually make a really cool, nice daily driver that you can actually do some kind of off-roading on the weekends, take it off-road, have a little fun. Now let's go over here and look on the side. This is another feature that I'm sure you guys have been looking at, and that's the sports bar. This is an optional item for the vehicle, and this sports bar, you can get the off-road lighting on the top. Those are LED off-road lights. But another option that this sports bar has that this one doesn't have installed at the moment is you actually have a full-size spare that you actually get mounted on the back of this. It really just gives it that nice pre-runner look. Now, you really don't have to have that tire mounted on the rack if you don't like. Maybe you want to use more of the space in the pickup bed. Now, the tire currently is actually mounted underneath. But again, if you could sacrifice a little bit of the space on the pickup bed in the back, putting that tire on the sports bar would look really cool. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the tailgate. We're gonna open this up. You'll notice it's a dampened tailgate. It just comes down nice and slow. Has a spray-in bed liner. You can throw tools, you could throw whatever you want, jump in the back of this. once you have like the spray in bed liner, it really does protect the vehicle. You don't really have to worry about what you throw into the pickup bed. You'll also notice you have 4 hooks. You have 2 on each side of the vehicle to help tie down whatever you're going to put in the back of the pickup bed. You got the trailer hitch on the back. Now you'll notice that you don't have any recovery hooks on the back, but that's okay. I actually have recovery hooks on my Jeep, and it doesn't matter, because what I actually like to use is I like to pull, if I'm pulling anything, I like to pull it using that tow hitch. And they sell a D-ring that you can just slide into that tow hitch, and then you're pulling from the center of the vehicle. So no need to worry as far as having recovery hooks on the back. As long as you have that trail hitch on the back, you're good to go. All right guys, let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. All right guys, so right here you are looking at a 3.6 liter V6 that has 308 horses and 275 foot-pounds of torque. Give you a nice little look on the engine bay. Now let's go ahead and turn on the truck. I'm going to do a little bit of an exhaust rev to show you guys what it sounds like. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Black leather interior. Let's open up the back also. Now in the back, since this isn't the 4-door version, obviously the back is going to be a little bit smaller, but you do have some storage. Let me show you guys. All you have to do is kind of pull on this tag and lift over here. Hide some stuff over here underneath the seat if you need to. And then you pull it and it'll just come right down. Cup holders in the back, speakers on the doors. Kids could probably easily fit in the back, but an adult, I would be pretty uncomfortable in the back. If you're planning on having adults sitting in the back, maybe you'd probably want to get like a 4-door version of the Colorado. But for off-roading, to be honest with you, this is the version that I would buy for myself, just because I'd rather have the shorter wheelbase. It'll do much better off-road. Now sitting in the front seat, it's completely comfortable. Very easy to get in and out of it. No need to jump in and out of the truck like I do in my Rubicon. I could very easily say that I'd feel more than comfortable driving 5-10 hours on a nice long road trip, no problem. Okay, so here we go. So first thing, you have your backup camera. Let me go ahead and just pop into reverse. You can see what I'm talking about. The doors are open. That's the beeping you're hearing. So very cool backup camera. If you move the steering wheel, it'll adjust the lines. Backup cam on every vehicle is an absolute necessity, to be honest with you. Now you have all of your typical applications that you would find in a Chevy vehicle, like your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot. Now the very interesting part to me is down here. This is where your off-road features are. Here you have your traction control if you need to adjust that. Obviously if you're going to be in loose sand, you'd probably want to turn off your traction control. Now this is for your rear locker, and this over here is for your front locker. This button over here is for your hill descent. So let's just say you're going down a steep hill. I've used this feature in many vehicles. All you literally have to do is you tap the button and the car will apply the brakes and just go down that steep incline very slowly in a controlled state. And over here you have your off-road lights, which are the ones that are mounted right over here. Now for your heated seats, you have 3 zones. You could do the back, you could do the bottom, and same thing for driver and passenger side. All right guys, we're also going to go ahead and take a look at that window sticker, show you guys exactly what the sticker price is, what optional items it currently has, and how much more it adds to that sticker price. Okay, so the sticker price on this vehicle is $46,795. It does have some optional items, which is this sports bar that I mentioned to you guys earlier with the off-road light. It also has a couple more items which are not currently installed yet, which is the spare tire that has to get mounted to that sports bar. But let me show you those optional items. The actual standard starting price for the vehicle was $41,300. So the optional items that this car has is pretty much just one optional item, which is $32,15. It's the ZR2 Dusk Special Edition package, which includes the 17-inch black aluminum wheels, the off-road light kit, and the 17 black aluminum spare wheel. Now that black aluminum spare wheel has not been installed yet on the sports bar, but it's something that I'm sure will get done once the owner takes delivery of the vehicle. These are the off-road lights that I was mentioning to you guys before. Now me personally, if I was driving around, I would never have those covers on. I would take those covers off, but of course, depending on some states, I know like Pennsylvania for example, they're very strict about that kind of thing. So if you don't want to get pulled over, it's probably a good idea to just kind of keep those on. If you guys are in the market for a Colorado ZR2 just like this one, or any other Chevy vehicle, go ahead and contact Oscar. All the info is in the description below. I want to thank you guys all for watching. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.